Good afternoon from a very cold Europe. What happened after Trump and the United States decided to apply the 25 and 10% custom duties on the import of steel and steel products and aluminium products? What will be the consequences from a political, trade and legal point of view? And what will be the consequences for the European Union? And what could we expect from international trade relations from the European Union and other countries in the world? Yeah, in order to answer to this question, first of all, I would like to analyze what kind of measures have been applied by Trump. The custom duties applied by Trump on the import of steel and aluminium are quite different from a legal point of view from the custom duties applied in the past, for example, last January, on washing machine and solar cells. Indeed, while the custom duties on solar machines and on solar cells and washing machine were anti-dumping duties, justified by unfair practices by the exporting countries, these custom duties are different. First, because they are applicable to all the trade partners worldwide, all the members of the WTO, while the anti-dumping duties are applicable only to some products exported from some specific countries. And second, because this time the United States justified the application of these measures with the national security issues. Why? Well, first of all, the investigation started by the United States aimed to understand if the increased import of steel and aluminium in the last few years might impair the survival of the domestic industries of steel and aluminium. Impairing the survival means that this industry could not supply anymore the Ministry of Defense and Defense and Security industries of the United States, which are basic for protecting the national security interest. Well, and the United States said that in their investigation, in order to apply these measures, identified that the main reason for the application of these measures is to the fact that the utilization rate of the domestic company is only 73% of their production capacity. In order for them to survive, and not only surviving, but also to be able to sustain profitability, ensuring capital investment, research and development, they should reach the 80% of capacity. So this is the problem. And with custom duties applied worldwide, the idea of Trump in the United States is to protect and help the domestic industry to come back to profitability. What is now the reaction of the European Union and other countries worldwide? First of all, the European Union is the second exporter of steels in the United States, and the European Union, first of all, declared that the measure of the United States is illegal from an international point of view, international law point of view, violation of the WTO rules, and it's illegal because the European Union cannot understand how the export of an ally like the European Union to the United States may put in danger the security interest of the United States. Moreover, the European Union does not understand why the United States proceeded then to exempt some countries, which are respectively the first and third exporter to the United States, Canada and Mexico, from the tax applied by the United States itself. So the first reaction of the European Union violation was that there was a violation of the WTO rules, and the European Union menaced countermeasures applicable on some specific products exported from the United States, especially whiskey, motorcycles, and jeans trousers. Well, these provoked a counter-reaction from the United States that they managed to apply further duties on the import of German cars. However, we had a very recent development. And the very recent development is that the European Union is now negotiating, it seems the European Union is negotiating with the United States to secure a carve-out from the 25 and 10% custom duties. How? With negotiations. The United States, it seems the United States proposed to the European Union, wishing to secure a carve-out from the custom duties. The United States proposed 5 different criteria that the European Union should comply with in order to benefit from these carving out. For example, the European Union should demonstrate that in 2017 there had been no increase of steel and aluminum export to the United States, and then that the European Union has sufficient trade instruments applied to counteract unfair trade worldwide, and especially against China. Moreover, the United States seems seeking with the European Union an agreement for settling some disputes at WTO level and to reinforce the security relationship with the United States. This is the situation so far from a legal and political point of view. What can we expect now from the reaction of the European Union and other states and the United States? Well, the best solution would be really the agreement between US and the European Union. The European Union and US agreed, the US agreed not to apply the custom duties to the European Union. The European Union show interest to fight against some specific unfair trades applied by other countries, of course, because the European Union does not put in practice unfair trade normally, especially towards the United States. And this means, I feel that this means especially fighting against China, because it was news today from the Financial Times that the United States started an investigation in order to force China to comply with the international rules for the protection of intellectual property rights. So it seems that the real target of this measure from the United States is China, even if China, from a trade point of view, it's not among the 10 most important exporters into the United States. But this was mainly due by the anti-dumping duties applied by the Obama administration in the last few years. So this is the best solution, the agreement between the European Union and the United States. However, this agreement cannot be concluded only by the European Union and the United States, because we have also other important trading partners involved that could be involved. Japan, South Korea, Brazil, Australia. Australia has already been exempted by the United States, but what kind of reaction from other countries? So I mean that it seems that if there will be an agreement between the European Union and the United States for the exemption of custom duties with something in exchange, I think that also Japan, South Korea and other countries will have to join this type of agreement. And the idea probably of Trump is to create an anti-China group in order to force China to really comply with alleged violation of WTO rules of the Trump administration. The bad scenario is a trade war. So the European Union apply countermeasure, the United States apply countermeasure against the European Union, and so on and so forth. I think that, of course, this would be a disaster for international trade and for the economy for all the economies of involved states, and I don't think that this will be a good solution. Finally, there is the possibility, in any case, to have a complaint before the WTO. The European Union can present a complaint to the WTO, but also Japan and other countries. However, a complaint before the WTO is not a deterrent on Trump measures, because there is not the possibility of applying provisional measures, so no suspension of the duties applied by the US. even if US lose, US will only be forced to repeal the measures without any sanctions. Sanctions can be applicable only in the case US lose and will decide not to comply with WTO decisions. Moreover, WTO dispute settlement body is going to be blocked by the veto imposed by the United States in the election of the new judges of the appellate body, which is an important part of the dispute settlement process of the European Union. Finally, there is another story. The US aimed to propose to only some European Union members a reduction and elimination of these duties on aluminium and steel. According to EU law, if US does it in a unilateral manner, there is no violation of EU law by EU member states. But if individual member states negotiate with the European Union the reduction of custom duties on steel and aluminium with some compensation, this is a double violation of the European Union, the violation of the principle of loyalty and the violation of the exclusive competence of trade of the European Union over the member states. So let's see what will happen in the next few days, and I wish you an excellent day from Europe.